What's up, y'all? It is Complex, and today I'm releasing my Valorant Match Report and Analysis Spreadsheet 1.0. As always, the link to download this spreadsheet will be in the description. It will take you to my Spreadsheets and Guides Valorant folder, where there will be a Valorant Match Report file. That file is not updated. I'll get to that in 1 second. It's not posted here. By the time the video releases, it will be in here. This spreadsheet is replacing my Valorant player analysis. This was the individual stat tracker that I had to release so many months ago, just keeping track of a single person's, statistics in a game. Fortunately, I will no longer be updating this as I have this new spreadsheet here to keep track of everything. It still does work. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be inputting the characters and maps every single update as they're new. Just make sure you're using the same spelling in the overview, performance, and rounds as you are in the filters. Everything will work just fine. Again, just not going to be updating. Also, feel free in the spreadsheets and guides, look around the other folders for CSGO, Trove, Destiny, Pokemon. A lot of other files will be uploaded here. So, just feel free to explore and see what spreadsheets, you're interested in using. Getting into the actual video describing the spreadsheet, feel free to leave your suggestions and questions in the comments as well in my Discord. Feel free to also communicate with one of the other links here on the tree. And this is all attached in the spreadsheet. And if you have another project idea, feel free to go to the Google form and submit that. It could be whatever. It doesn't have to be CSGO, Valorant. That's usually what I'm known for, but it can be whatever you want. Just get your ideas out there and I can see if I can help you out there. But hopping right into the spreadsheet itself, we're going to hop into the game data tab. This is where you input all of the statistics from the scoreboard: the event date, the match type, the league name, the against who, match score, and map. So we have the event date. Very, very straightforward. Your match type, you have one of three options. You have league, scrimmage, and tournament. This is very important. There's actually filters for all three of them. It will divide the data through these three categories, and then there'll also be an overall one. But make sure you have your match type set as one of these three. If you don't have a league name, leave it blank. That's only if there was an actual league in the match type. Against who, just watch your spelling in here very carefully. If you play a team multiple times, you want to track your statistic across that team, across a few months, that can be done. Just make sure it's spelled the same every single time. If it's University of blank, don't write blank university the second time through because it'll count as a different option. Match score, pretty straightforward. The score that you have, the score that the other team has every single time. Map, again, straightforward. And then you have your player 1 through 5 statistics: your name, agent, kill, death, and assist. It does not matter what order you actually put your name in here. So for one game, I can be player 1. For the next game, I could be player 3. It does not matter. So if you're just going right through your scoreboard, screenshot, and inputting, you don't have to be like, oh, Complex was, on top of the leaderboard in one game, but bottom of the other. If you just want to go straight down, top to bottom, input the statistic that way, that works just fine. It accounts for that and it fixes that before the end. And then finally, there's additional comments. This won't have any analysis, but if there is comments you want to remember about the game, specific plays the other team had, just an area that you can type out some additional comments, reminders if you would ever want to play them again. Then we go into the expanded data. You won't ever have to touch a data in this one. This is going through that previous page of game data and breaking it up slightly. You see now that you have rounds for, rounds against, net rounds, and it'll determine your win and loss for you. And it will kind of just break it up. It looks like a lot bigger of a page because it is. It also will be really, really helpful if you decide to use a Google form to input data into your game data. That is a thing Google Sheets can do because the spreadsheet does work for Excel and Google Sheets. It will break up the data if you have game data together. In my previous version of the spreadsheet, which I'm not releasing because it's my Google form for the teams that I work with, I had kills, deaths, and assists in one question in my Google form. I used my expanded data tab to then use formulas and break them up. So made my job a lot easier. Google form was prioritized in terms of putting the data in, and the spreadsheet did the rest of the work. If you don't want that, you don't want to have the Google form as an extra layer or something you have to pay attention to, just input the game data right into the spreadsheet and you don't have to worry about that. Once everything is inputted into the spreadsheet does its job. You don't have to do anything else. You have players 1 through 5. They're highlighted in navy blue down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Doesn't really matter what order you go into. When you click into it, this is what the analysis looks like. Again, it's split up between scrimmages, tournaments, and leagues based on the data you put in. I only have one option right now because I'm going to delete it and then send it out for everyone to use. So I didn't want to have that much data. So I only have league data in. I have one game of a league that was inputted in there. At the very bottom is your overall. This is your scrimmages, tournaments, and league. So obviously I have one game. It's going to be equal. And scrimmages and tournaments are blank right now because I don't have any data in for those two categories. As data fills up, these will all look extremely different. Up here, all 5 of these filters are editable. So your player analysis, you're going to change it from player 1. You're not going to call someone player 1. I'm going to have complex. It doesn't matter if you're capped or not. You're going to have complex. And now it's going to look for my statistics. So obviously I just inputted complex there. It now has a match score for me. You also have these 4 filters on the side here. Map, agent, against who, win, loss. These are all things that were required to put into game data. So if you want to feature out, I only care about Haven. I want to see how I played on Haven, and I want to see how I played on Viper. Now look for Viper games on Haven. I have 0 of them. It's not going to find anything. When you are done using the filter, put the asterisk back in. That makes sure it worked. If you don't have an asterisk in there, you see I have 0 for everything because it is trying to find something that's blank. It doesn't exist. So just make sure 4 asterisks in there, and then you have the player name in the player analysis tab. You're probably going to scroll over. I'll show it anyway. This is how the spreadsheet works. It's definitely not the cleanest version I could have done, but it's a formula that made it very easy to identify the mistakes I was writing instead of combining into one formula for the side of these. This allows the spreadsheet, when you go into game data, to not have complex always be in player 1. It allows you to have him across, player 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Makes life a lot easier. So that's what that is over there for. Again, you don't have to touch anything over there. These are the only 5 editable boxes on these players 1 through 5. Game data, you can edit everything besides obviously the headlines. You can edit all your data. Expanded data, you can't touch as well. Just really to keep the integrity of the spreadsheet together. People usually, and I've done it before on my spreadsheets too, and then I have to rewrite a formula, which really sucks. You're just clicking around, and then you accidentally delete something, and then that's not going to keep track in the analysis, and then the spreadsheet's going to be broken. Then you have to download a new one, and it's just a hassle. So I turn that stuff off. Just to protect myself as well. So if that's something that confuses you, again, feel free to message me. That's just how all the spreadsheets I've released are. But that's pretty much it. Again, if anyone has any questions, suggestions, let me know in the comments, or feel free to reach out to me one of these different ways. The tutorial video will be posted in the spreadsheet before it goes live once it's actually uploaded to YouTube, which I'll probably do very soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, feel free to like the video and subscribe. I hope to have some more content out soon. I have a few small projects that are ongoing, but nothing too major like this one. So again, any recommendations, greatly appreciated, and hopefully I can do something with one of them. Peace out, everyone, and have a good one.